excited. I'm excited to do this video. That's awesome. I'm glad. Good job, me. Whew. What's up, guys? It's Gloria, and today I'm going to show you how to make homemade cinnamon rolls. I'm going to show you a recipe where you can make like 50 in 2 hours, and you can freeze them. So I think that's a pretty good deal, honestly. Like, I think this is one of the best recipes that I've done because it makes me feel like such a baker, you know? It's just because I have to roll stuff, I have to fill stuff, I have to roll it, and I have to cut it, and it makes me so happy. I don't know why, I just love making it. So let's get started, I guess. First thing you need to do, I'm not gonna get the little camera thing with the phone because you don't really need to see this, I guess. You just need to dump 2 cups of milk into a pot, and you want to warm that up on the stove until it's just warm to the touch. So just barely over 100 degrees, I guess. So I'm gonna go do that right now. I have it on medium-high, and it's honestly gonna take maybe 5 minutes for it to get to the correct temperature, so you don't have to like coddle it or whatever. You just have to set it and check on it every so often. So it'll take like 2 to 5 minutes. Next thing you want to do is you want to melt half a cup of butter. That is 1 stick of butter. Yeah. If it's coming like right out of the fridge or freezer or whatever, you probably want to put it in the microwave for, I would say, about 45 seconds to a minute if it's frozen. And if it's just out of the fridge, probably like 45 seconds, yeah. I'm gonna put mine in for 30 minutes, 30 seconds, not minutes. Don't put it in for minutes, you're gonna burn the house down. Our milk is done, so I'm gonna get a little pot holder. Awesome, our milk is just warm, so it isn't boiling, it isn't simmering. It's just about to hit that point of simmering. So, we got that. And our butter's melted. Please don't burn me. Awesome. Melted butter. And now you just want to add, that's really hot, ow, jeez. You want to add your half cup of melted butter, ow, into your 2 cups of warm milk. I'm gonna mix that a little. I have a whisk right here, I should probably grab that. You go in there. And half a cup of sugar right into that mixture. You want to mix it until the sugar is dissolved. Now, I think I'm going to pour it back into here because that would be easier to pour into our flour mixture in a couple minutes. Let's see if I can do this without losing half of it. Oh, okay. Ooh, all right. That was good. That was nice. Okay, so most of our sugar is good. It's all melted. Not melted, dissolved. And now the next thing you want to do is you want to take a packet or 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. Awesome, I was about to say, do I have to get scissors to open a yeast packet? That's a new low for me. There we go. And you just want to sprinkle that into your warm milk, sugar, butter mixture. Yeah. Right into there. Awesome. Now it says to sprinkle it on top, but that's not how you like use yeast. So you just want to mix that until you really can't see it anymore. Not dissolve it because honestly, I don't think you can dissolve yeast, but you just want to mix it until it's not on the top anymore. Don't sprinkle it on top. You have to mix it in. And you want to leave that for about 5 minutes. The recipe says about 1 minute, but that's not enough time for your yeast to bloom properly. So I usually leave my yeast for 5 to 10 minutes, so then it gets like really bubbly at the top. And I'll see you then. Let me clean up my mess, and by the time I'm done, my yeast will be nice and fluffy. So I'll see you then. Bye. Okay, so I just remembered that for this recipe, you don't exactly have to bloom it. So as if you were making rolls, making that next week, you would have to let it bloom until it gets really fluffy, and then you would fold it into the mixture so it would already be a little bit airy, and then the yeast would just carry on making it rise. But for this, you don't have to do that because it's a lot of milk, and it's going to take a lot more time for it to finally all build up and rise. So we're just going to only do it for, as I said, I think it was only like 3 minutes that it took for me to realize that. So now over here we have 4. Why did I do that? We have 4 cups of flour, and what you want to do is you want to add your 2 cups of warm milk, half a cup of sugar, 2 1/4 teaspoons or 1 packet of yeast into your flour mixture. As I said, 4 cups of flour. I have half white flour or all-purpose flour and half whole wheat. Because if you're using whole wheat flour, like I'm trying to incorporate more whole wheat since I think it's healthier, you usually just want to do half and half, or you want to add more liquid to it. But for me, it's just easier to do half and half, so I don't have to change the recipe that much. So now what you want to do in the recipe, it says to grab a wooden spoon. I don't have those, so I'm just going to use my spatula, and I'm just going to mix it a little bit until it's just incorporated. So I'm just not flouring it. So I'm just kind of turning it a little, folding it, but not a lot. Just kind of weird mixing, kind of. And last time I did this, I tried to get all of the flour lumps out, but not so it was smooth, but just so when you folded it a little more, you don't have like a little ball of flour come out. Now, I know you're probably like, oh, this doesn't look like dough. Here, let me record it, because this is not, if you're making bread and you don't have any more flour left to add into this recipe, you are making the wrong type of thing, because this is definitely not what your dough should look like. You can see it is very, very loose. You can definitely not knead this. You can, just gonna do that. See, that's very sticky. But we're done for now, for an hour. So now I have an hour to rest because, whoa, that was a lot of work. Let me tell you that. That was so much work. Whew, I am exhausted. I need an hour break so my dough can rest. Oh, you need to take an hour so your dough can sleep. Rest, rise, whatever. So what you want to do is you want to take a towel or plastic wrap. Plastic's terrible for the environment. Use a towel. Thanks. The world thanks you. You just want to take a towel and you'll want to put it in the sun, somewhere warm. If you have a proofing oven, I think, a proofer, I don't know. But I think it's under 200 degrees that you can set, but mine only goes to 200 flat, and that's too warm. It would start cooking my dough, and I don't want that. So you just want to place your dough batter mixture somewhere warm so the yeast can continue to rise. And I will see you in an hour. That's a long time. What am I gonna do? Hi. So it's been almost an hour, but I got bored. So I just said, hey, let's just bring it inside. I'm sure it's had enough time to rise, right? So here it is. It's been here for, I think, 45 minutes, almost 45 minutes. And, oh yeah. As you can see, all the little bubbles and stuff. Thanks, yeast. Awesome. And it's still very sticky, of course. And that's why we have all these other ingredients here. Sure, let's get started. So, first thing you want to do is you want to add an extra cup of an extra cup of flour. So right now we've added 4 cups of flour, and this will be our 5th and last flour that last like straight to the dough flour that we're gonna add. I usually just spread it on top. When I say usually, I mean the one other time that I made this recipe, I spread it on top and it worked out. And we have 2 teaspoons of salt. I almost said baking powder, but no, that's too much. 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm just going to use the same spatula that we had last time, and I'm just going to fold it in. You can see it's already kind of going down a little, and that's fine. After we're all done like rolling it out and filling it, which is going to be in a couple of minutes, it's my favorite part, then we're going to rise it some more. So I kind of folded in just a little bit so all of it has been touched by the flour, and I'm just going to move the butter out of the way. I have about half a cup of flour here. This is just white flour because it was right there, and I'm just going to spread it all over my counter because this is a lot of dough. I only spread like maybe a quarter, like to right here. You can see that, but like only this much last time I made it, and it rolled out to be like, that wasn't a word, but it was a lot more. I needed a ton more flour. So you just want to spread it for as much counter space as you can. And you want to just drop your dough right there, get your spatula, and get all of that out of there. Now what you want to do is you just want to knead it until it comes together and it is a nice, soft ball of dough, I guess. Okay, so if you can see the outside is not sticky anymore, which is awesome, but if you were to bring it together into a ball, and if you were to, turn it to make it into a actual ball, where did that piece of dough go? Right here. You can see it's still really sticky on the inside, and you don't want that. So I'm going to grab some more flour because I've used most, if not all, the flour there. Oh, remove hand stuff. Whoops, sorry about that. This is like a part of me now, so I just don't even realize when I'm wearing it. I'm just going to grab some flour. So this is probably about another maybe 3/4 a cup of flour. I'm just going to dust it on the top. Awesome. So this is about what you want. It is smooth, well, kind of smooth for me. And you just want to fold it over, as you can see. Just want to take it and bring it to the side, and it'll go underneath. Want to do that. It's still a little sticky, but that's why we're going to spread more flour over the area, over your counter, over the surface that you're using. You just want to take your rolling pin and just roll it out. You want to roll this out into a rectangle, and it should be 1/2 inch high. I usually just roll it out until it's about this wide. That's pretty big. This wide, which I would think is, I think it's like 26 inches, but until it's not too thick, and I will show you what I have afterwards. If it's sticking to your rolling pin, you want to take some of the flour that's on your surface, and you just want to spread it all over, just like this, just so it doesn't stick. So the dough will stick to the flour, and the flour will come off your rolling pin, so you'll be fine. Okay, so, wow, am I right? Because it's kind of an oval right now, I either want to cut it straight so it'll become a rectangle, Or I can move a good bit of the dough to these corners and make it as close as I can. And then I wouldn't have to cut as much dough. So I'm just going to move a good portion of the dough to the corners, so then they will become as close to a rectangle as it can be. I'm still making these hand movements. I'm happy today. So I'm really, really happy today. I mean, I'm usually happy, but today, I don't know, I'm really, really happy. Cool. So this is good enough. I'm going to show you again. See, this corner is not as rounded as it was before, and this corner is still a bit rounded, but I can work with it. Look at that. That's huge. Oh my god. And when we roll it, it's going to be rolled this way, so the longer you make it, the more cinnamon rolls you're going to have, but also the thinner the layers in between the cinnamon rolls are going to be. So, yeah. Do it to your liking. Okay, nope. When you start getting holes in your stuff, that's when you've, like, made it maybe even a little too thin, but we're still going to rise this dough after we roll it up. So don't worry too much about it. Here I have 3/4 of a cup, which is a stick and a half of butter. Now I usually try to cut it into little chunks like this. I forgot to do that because it was still in its little casing, but it's okay, I could do it now. I'm gonna do one in each corner for now. So this is what it looks like right now. I have 9 pieces of butter on there, 3 on the sides, and then 3 in the middle. So yeah, you could do that too if you want, or you could just throw it in the middle and spread it out from there. Doesn't really matter. And now you just want to spread your butter. Here we go. Awesome. I want it to look perfect, but it's just butter. So I can't make it look perfect because some areas are going to have more butter than others, and that's okay because it won't really affect your dough unless there's like a huge slab of butter there, which it will make your stuff soggy. So you at least want to make it as even as you can, you know? There's our cinnamon roll so far. Doesn't look much like a cinnamon roll, right? Yeah, not yet. Not until we add and roll stuff. So here it is. See, all the butter has been evenly distributed. 3/4 a cup of light brown sugar. I'm not sure if you should use dark brown because I feel like that'd be too rich. Well, no such thing. But you just want to sprinkle that over your roll, I guess. And last time I added more because, like, look at this. Like, let me show you. This does not look like enough, right? At all. And I'm probably just going to grab my bag of brown sugar. And I'm just going to sprinkle a ton more. Now you just want to spread that all over. Awesome. That looks right. That looks really good. Awesome. Brown sugar off. Awesome. So here's our brown sugar and butter topping so far. You want to take your cinnamon, want to open it up to the dusting side. There we go. This little side that has holes in it. And you want to dust a lot of cinnamon. Now here it is, and I'm going to hold this while I do it. You just want to press it down so it's not like an extra layer. It becomes one with the butter and sugar. Yo, I'm going to add pecans. Now's the time to add it. If you're adding walnuts, pecans, any other type of thing, I don't know what else you would add. And put all of your pecans. Nope, okay. Could have done that so much better, but no, I was like, I'm going to show off. I'm going to show that I can pour stuff in a bag correctly. That failed. And you want to grab your rolling pin and you just want to hit the pecans. You want to take your pecans and you want to just sprinkle it all over. Crap. Okay. Next thing, this is my favorite part, okay? You want to roll your cinnamon roll. I love this so much. It makes me feel like a real baker, and it just makes me really happy. So what I like to do is I like to pick up the edges and I like to run my thumb underneath to make sure that it's loose. And I'm going to start on this end, and I'm just going to fold it over. And my other hand is going around and pinching it so it makes a small roll. So it's not just like I'm folding it over and pushing it down so then it's like flat. I'm pinching it up so that'll help me roll it in the future. There you go. And now because we did that, it's going to be so much easier to just roll. And I like to go just down the line as I'm rolling. Now we have our roll. You can't see it because it's all the way up here, but I'm just going to bring it back. You want to make sure that the seam, the last little roll here, I don't know if you can see that, like this part, high, you want to make sure that that's on the bottom, just like that. This is about right there. Oh my god. This is 3 feet long. Okay, that's half as tall as me. Awesome. Anyways, now you want to look at your roll. You want to be happy and be like, I did that. Now you want to cut it up. You want to see about the middle. Maybe about right here. Okay, and you just want to slice through. You don't want to push down because then that's going to smush the outside together. It's going to create like a seam there. That's not good. You don't want that. Now you want to cut both sides in half. So then you would have 4 pieces. And now you want to cut those in half. Go. So then you have 8 pieces. Put some around the sides and 1 in the middle. You can let them touch a little bit, but I don't really recommend just smashing them all together because I did do that for my first one. I just put it on one long pan and I just lined them all up right next to each other. Kind of ruined like the shape of them. So definitely do not recommend doing that. There we go. So now what you want to do, oh God, this is outrageous. You want to take, how many towels is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 towels and put them over. Where'd my other towel go? Here it is. And you want to put this back in the warm place that you put your dough to rise. You just want to let these rise for 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna, might as well set the timer because we're currently rising right now. Just want to let these rise in a warm place for 30 minutes and I'll see you in 30 minutes. Awesome. So, our stuff has been rising for, I think 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 or 50 minutes, almost an hour, but no, I did a little over 30 minutes because you can't really go wrong with rising it longer. So these rose a little bit more than the others. I don't know if you can see that. They're falling. It's okay. Okay, nope. Yeah, they're really fluffy. But before we start, we need to let our oven preheat. So we're gonna set it to 350 Fahrenheit. I think it says like Celsius on here. 180 Celsius. And that's all I know. I'm pretty sure there's like gas mark, but I don't know that. Look it up. There's a conversion thing somewhere. But you need 4 ounces of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of butter. Then we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then we have 2 tablespoons. I have no clue why I put it in the cup. But 2 tablespoons of whole milk. I only have evaporated, but I doubt it tastes different, honestly. Now we're gonna add a cup of powdered sugar, convection sugar, whatever you want to call it. I thought the oven would have been preheated by now. Nope, it's just, I'm gonna put it to convection because it seems to move faster there. It's loud, so I'll see you when it preheats. So that'll be in like 5 minutes probably, but I'm just gonna wait, so. See you then. Awesome. So I didn't even clean this up because it literally took like 5 minutes. So now we just want to put all of our stuff in. I probably should have preheated the lower one too. That's gonna take forever. But now we just want to put all of our cinnamon rolls in the oven. Awesome. All right, cool. We have one that I forgot, and let me see how long do I put this in for? 25 to 30 minutes. Let's do 20, and I will see you in 20 minutes. I'll do like little update. No, I probably won't. I'm probably gonna forget. But yeah, I'll see you in 20 minutes. See you then. Awesome. So I just peeked in there, 20 seconds left, but I'm actually just gonna take them out now. They look so good. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look how nice that looks. Now it's time to get our frosting, yeah, and I'm just going to drizzle it over. Got our plates. You get the fork. Which one am I gonna have? So many options, honestly. 36? Is that how many I said? It's a lot. I'm gonna take this one in the middle. I just totally messed that up. It's okay. It's still gonna taste good. The pecans add like a whole new depth because it adds a crunch. And like, you know, if you know what pecans taste like, I can't really explain it, but it's like I don't know, soft. I think it's a soft flavor, but it's so good and it fits so well into this. I'm so, yeah. Oh yeah. That's perfect. Please try this recipe. I will link it down below. Go follow me on other social medias. And when I say other social medias, I mean Instagram, because that's the only one I use. I forgot my Twitter password, so there goes that. Yeah. Remember to like, comment, trim, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you next week. Bye.